So let me start with a definition of culture. This is the one that I think is the most useful, that it is the patterns of behavior that are encouraged, discouraged, and tolerated by people and systems over time. So any organization has a pattern of behavior. It has a pattern of behavior about how people work in teams, how you deal with mistakes, how you deal with customers, how you deal with non-performers, whether or not you have a meritocracy, whether or not you're good at learning, etc., etc. All those are patterns of behavior. And what happens is over time, they get encouraged and discouraged in the same way as they do in a country, for example. Anybody who wants to influence culture has to do, which is you have to encourage and discourage and not tolerate. That rules out quite a lot of leaders, because to be honestly encouraging, discouraging, and not tolerating, you have to call behavior when you see it. And most of us hate to do that. You know, you hate to sit in a meeting and go, you know, when that happened, I don't think we were really living our value of customer-centric. Or, you know, we said that we were customer-centric, but look, once again, the customer-centric topic in the agenda got pushed to the bottom. One, you've got to know the behavior you're trying to create, and two, you've got to work out whether or not you have anything in your power that can influence that behavior. And there will be some behaviors where you go, there is absolutely nothing that we do that we could really make a difference on that behavior. But I'm sure that there are some behaviors, though, you could make a big difference. So those are the two questions. How does your client need people to behave differently from how they're behaving now to achieve their business outcome? One level further down that, specifically, how do we want them to behave? And then secondly, how can we influence that? The three tools that any leader in any organization has: my own behavior, the extent to which I call it and encourage it in others, and the extent to which I influence behavior by the systems, the processes, the organizational ways of doing things that I control or I influence. And I could, you know, work with any kind of organization, with any kind of leader, and ask those three questions. And some people know where they can do it, and some people don't. But when I'm coaching leaders, when we all coach leaders in my organization, what we try to do is, how can you make a difference? What is your unique role to this? One is, what is the behavior that is needed in your profession and in your organization? Secondly, what are your ability to role model that, both through your own behavior, through the symbols that you control, through your ability to influence and call it in other people, and finally in those processes. If you get really focused on that, you'll see it in maybe a couple of years. And if you can get clear with your clients and that they feel you're on that path with them, I think they'll be much more willing then to see you as you said, as somebody who has a seat at the table.